Welcome aboard, potential investors. We are proposing a service industry in Vietnam that contributes to helping people in need. Here is our team. My name is John Liu, and my business partners here today are Ann Lee, Kaylee Walton, Derek Krieger, Eric Lizama, and Greg Garcia. So what we have in mind is a mobile healthcare service. Our market and local study done in Vietnam determined that traffic is overflowed with cars and motorbikes. Also, not too many people own vehicles that are cars. So what this means is that many of the Vietnamese that use motorbikes as a means of transportation. However, this is tough to transport a sick person using a motorbike. Our service aims to fulfill this potential market gap of people in need for at-home medical appointments and services. A mobile healthcare clinic is a basic doctor's office or exam room located inside a large van, bus, or RV. These vehicle-based clinics house many medical supplies, tools, and medicines. A vehicle is usually operated by an expert trained crisis driver and also holds 1 to 2 qualified doctors.
Hello, I'm Greg Garcia. I'm here to tell you about our service features and benefits, and to go more in depth of what our industry is. First off, our healthcare service is truly one of a kind. Our first feature is mobility. We offer expert aid, certified doctors, and healthcare appointments delivered right to your doorstep. For example, if someone were to be immobile or do not have means to go to a local doctor or hospital, our service fulfills their needs by providing caring doctors to check up on their well-being. Our second feature is comfort. Patients can receive care from the comfort of their own homes. They would no longer have to go to a facility where they are not comfortable. They could be around familiar setting and be around familiar people, further enhancing the experience of our service. Last feature is convenience. Because people with an illness would no longer have to leave their own homes, they can simply wait for treatment to come to them.
Let's talk about the cultural challenges we will face when entering Vietnam business. Vietnam is a high context culture. Doctors who speak only English will have a tough time in Vietnam being able to connect and have deep relationships with patients due to the language barrier. Being high context also means that Vietnamese work well through strong relationships and trusting their partner. So our employees will need to build some sort of connection with the citizens. Another effect of high context cultures is that it is hard to start a business in Vietnam due to registration regulations and permits, marketing struggles, etc. Lastly, people of Vietnam tend to avoid bad news or ridiculing, even if it's needed to better the project or company. Everyone is non-confrontational because aggression causes both parties to lose face and could potentially spoil the partnership. An environmental challenge of doing business in Vietnam is that they are experiencing loss of land, forests, biodiversity, etc., and they are also experiencing extreme air and water pollution. Therefore, the people of Vietnam may not support business entering their economy at the expense of their environment. One of Vietnam's legal challenges posed to our healthcare service is that there is weak protection from the Vietnamese government in terms of intellectual property. There could be knockoff mobile healthcare vans roaming around trying to get a portion of healthcare profits by treating patients without being licensed or qualified. Also, the Vietnamese government does not usually enforce copyrights or trademarks online, so there is a good chance for scammers to slide by while making a profit that could otherwise go towards licensed mobile medical professionals. We can work with the challenges of high-context people in Vietnam by training doctors to be more empathetic and encourage relationship building in order to ensure a deeper connection with the patients. News of the way we conduct business could spread to other citizens and increase the demand for our service. We can also work with local doctors that have been working in Vietnam for years and already have relationships with some of the citizens. We could also hire these local doctors by offering more flexible hours and financial benefits as a portion of their income. Since our business plan is mobile and does not involve purchasing a fixed location for business, many of the challenges such as registration forms and construction permits will not be an issue. The fact that our business plan does not involve altering the land or mass production pollution may be pleasant to the citizens that are concerned about environmental impact. Vietnam culture says to avoid confrontation in order to avoid spoiling relationships. However, in the medical field, sometimes you don't have any choice but to share bad news. So our company will train doctors to be upfront about medical information, both good and bad, in the most optimistic way possible. This will strengthen the original bond between the doctor and the patient and encourage them to take action when it comes to their health, because it should not be avoided or swept under the rug. In order to turn Vietnam's legal challenges into opportunities, we will hire a legal associate to lobby to Vietnam government to make sure the right credentials are set for each medical van and personnel. This will help our service industry's legitimacy and protect the people in Vietnam from being swindled by fake doctors. These actions will greatly decrease the level of competition by eliminating the scammers and reinstating the positive professional reputation of mobile healthcare services.
With these opportunities as proposed, let us talk about the competition for the proposed market. Right now, we are seeing three big competitors to our mobile healthcare service. Although they do not offer the mobility of our service, they are already part in our service industry. First, there are government/private hospital emergency service already in place. These emergency service, they're usually affordable for most Vietnamese. However, they're infamous for their long waiting times. Second, clinic and local pharmacy stores also pose as a competitor. These clinics are plentiful in Vietnam. However, they hold only basic medical procedures as they are usually staffed only by nurses or physician assistants. Third, traditional Chinese medicine. Believe it or not, there are some Vietnamese people who do not trust medical personnel or services, and they rely heavily on Chinese herbal medicine.
Next, we are going to talk about the target customer and geographical focus. Because the healthcare in Vietnam is so affordable and convenient, people just literally walk down the streets, get immediate diagnosed, and prescribed medicines. These diagnoses and drugs sometimes are, however, inaccurate, but people take a chance because this is very fast and easy. So we can't really stand a chance to compete with all of these hospital, clinic, and pharmacy in terms of pricing and timing. Instead, we will emphasize on the convenience of our mobility, the reliability and competence of our doctors. Therefore, we will specifically target middle and upper class who is willing to pay extra for the value that we provide, and also focus in the city or residential area where there's more people needs our service.
The image we're trying to portray is a fresh, new take in a sector that has for the most part remained unchanged. We plan to hire professional, effective, and most importantly, reliable crew. And we plan to offer an extremely convenient alternative to patients having to visit fixed position clinics because we will come to you wherever you feel most comfortable or are currently located. According to healthcaremba.edu, employment for personal care aides is expected to grow 49% between 2012 and 2022, making it the fastest growing occupation in healthcare. This provides a solid basis for our business because it shows we are not entering a market which is in decline or stagnant, but rather one that is rapidly growing and ready to thrive. However, the market usually consists of fixed position clinics which are age-old and provide no real innovation for the industry. With the new mobile service we're introducing, people can feel connected to and comfortable with their medical professionals since they will typically be in more familiar environments since we will go wherever they would like us to. This also fits right into Vietnam's high context culture, which revolves heavily around empathetic personalities and having good, strong relationships with people in general. Also, according to export.gov, most hospitals are outdated and face chronic overcrowding. Hospitals in major cities like Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi often do not have the capacity to serve both local and provincial patients. With our extensive fleet, this issue can be resolved. For our marketing plan, we plan to use print media, outdoor advertising, and internet and mobile advertising as well. Also, according to export.gov, Vietnam's high literacy rate, a surge in new publications, and increased print media circulation all support the print media's growing popularity as an effective channel for advertising. There are over 400 newspapers and other publications in Vietnam. Outdoor advertising ranges from billboards and signboards to public transport, building walls, bus stations, and wash and service stations, among others. With high internet penetration and smartphone usage, Vietnam's young consumer population obtains much of their information through the internet. Social media usage is large and growing, so mobile promotion and outreach are increasing. Vietnamese consumers, especially those under the age of 35, frequently use Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and other social network websites as well.
After researching mobile health clinics, we found that the average cost for a mobile health clinic is 429,000 American dollars a year. These costs include the actual van for transportation, supplies needed to treat the patients, the salary for the doctor, nurses, staff used in the mobile clinic, and the supplies needed to keep the van running in good condition. We found that primarily in these situations, the money usually comes in a combination of three ways: government grants, private requests, and solicited proposals. Generally, the investors in a mobile clinic such as ours are investing more to enrich the community's health and lifestyles, but it is still possible to pull profit from mobile health clinics. The impact that the mobile clinic will have on the community is substantial. The average return on investment in the community is 12 to 1. So that means for every $1 spent, $12 are saved by the consumer. Also, each visit from the clinic saves on average $1,600 due to the long-term impact of preventative service that we provide.
Thank you for listening to our group's business proposal for a mobile healthcare service in Vietnam. In close, so why a mobile healthcare services? Well, our market study and legal analysis of Vietnam's environment has determined that there is a need for this front door medical service. We will target upper and middle class consumers in Vietnam. However, we will also do charitable service for people in need as well. We aim to raise our corporate social responsibility by treating 50 at-risk individuals daily. We plan to advertise our mobile healthcare service on social media by showcasing our services and volunteering. Invest in us for this lucrative opportunity. You will not be disappointed. Again, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a great day.